What's going on? This is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, the founder of the highest paid part-time job in the world, options trading course. And what we're going to talk about is how you can profit by working your lane as an options trader, right? And so this is going to be really good information for novice traders and people that have not had the success that they desire, and they don't really understand why they're not able to have the success that they desire. I'm going to try to give them some insight on some of the things that they can focus on to get the success that they desire, because everybody's trading for a reason, right? And so what I want to do is try to help you get to where you want to go, which is the reason why you're trading. So one of the things that you see is that many people in this particular space, what's going on, Joy? Many people in this particular space, they end up chasing other people's trades, right? So they're on social media, they're on the internet, and they're seeing the trades of other people. And what they a lot of times do is they don't have the ability to compose or create trading opportunities for themselves. So what they kind of do is just piggyback off what other people do. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? The challenge is that if you don't have any context to why this particular person is making this trade or suggesting this trade, when it doesn't work, you don't even understand why you were over there in the first place, right? Because I suggest trades. I put up a watch list every Sunday for things I'm looking at the current week, right? So a lot of people do this, but I would always encourage traders to have some context and understanding, right? Why you're engaging in this particular trade outside of, I got it from somebody else and I don't want to miss out. Because this kind of behavior a lot of times leads to you jumping from situation to situation to situation. There's so many different things that you can be trading that may not fit your personality as a trader. You can find yourself trading a ETF, right? That is leveraged highly. And so now you can make a lot of money really fast, but you can also lose a lot of money really fast. But you don't really know that. You're just looking at the ticker and you're seeing what somebody else has done in this particular space and how much money they have. And then so then you make certain trades in that area and don't realize that this thing can turn on you very fast and you end up losing a large amount of the money that you put into the trade. And so you see this happening to a lot of traders, is that they're essentially playing a copycat game. And they get taught that that is a good way to play this game. Just copy what this other person is doing, and that's how you're going to be successful. The problem is that when you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, if you're successful, you don't know why you're successful. And if you're unsuccessful, you don't know why you're unsuccessful. And then when you and that person get severed, right, you don't know how to create the success for yourself because you never understood how to compose trades based on your own intellect. This is one of the reasons why I try to teach fundamentals and principles, right? Because you're supposed to learn based on the fundamentals and principles that you understand. You now can start composing your own trades, troubleshooting them, understand where you went wrong, where you can improve, and then take it from there. So another one of the reasons why people struggle, right, in this particular area is because they really don't know what they want, right? So a lot of people come into the options market because they're looking to get something. But the question is, are you really crystal clear on the result that you want, right? Making money is not a result for most people. Making money is a means to get something. So a lot of people get caught up in making money, but the question is, what is the real result that you want, right? So you need to concentrate on the result, because see, money is arbitrary. Money is relative. So right now we think money is US dollars, right? And coins. If the power structure tomorrow told you that money was pecans, you would now be endeavoring to go get pecans. Then if they came out next week and told you that money was cowrie shells, you would now have to endeavor to get cowrie shells, because what you think is money essentially is a social contract between you and somebody else, and it's an instrument that represents that agreement between you and somebody else. The question is, what do you want the result to be? So you're trading because you want to get a specific result. What is that result? And do you really know what that result is? Or are you in the trading space because, like the majority of the population, you're just spinning your wheels because you're distracted and you're looking to get the dopamine rush of novelty, right? And you got to ask yourself, so what's the real reason why you decided to get involved in trading, right? And what is the result that you want? And then once you start concentrating on that result, it puts you in a position to where you're focusing on the things that are going to help you get the result. Because it's impossible for you to get what you want if you don't know what you want. And when you ask a lot of people what they want, they're talking about something that's arbitrary. Well, I want to make money. Well, why do you want to make money? And they can't tell you. And then they say, well, I want to make money because I want to do this. Well, then why do you want to do that? And they can't tell you. And so they inside their head have never really figured out on the real core level what is really driving their emotion to do what they're doing. Because if they don't really know that, this is the reason why they're going to get distracted. There's a book a guy put out called Start With Why. And it really explains that you need to start with the why of why you're doing what you're doing. What is the real reason? And you're the only person that really knows it. And most people, when you're doing some type of discovery, they're hesitant to tell somebody else the real reason. But there's a real reason why you're doing what you're doing, right? And so what you need to do is really focus on that real reason. And then once you focus on that real reason, then you can try to figure out as a trader, what are the steps that I need to do, right? To put myself in the best position to profit to get to where I want to go. And normally that's going to be focusing, right, on the type of trading that fits your personality and your objectives. Some people do really, really risky, highly leveraged trades because that fits their personality and that fits their objectives. Other people do really, really conservative trades where the profit margin may not be as high. Why? Because that fits their personality and that fits their objectives. So you first have to decide, what do you really want? And to be real with you, the majority of the population of the world doesn't really know what they really want. Not really. What they think they want, right, is the novelty of a dopamine rush. So they chase that their whole life while never really getting what they really want. So they're very unsatisfied the majority of their life. So once you start to do some level of internal work and decide what do you really, really, really want, then you can determine whether or not options trading can help you get what you really, really want. Because there's a lot of times in life, there's multiple ways to get what you want. You may just have chosen to focus on one way, but there's never only one way to get what you want. But it takes you sitting and doing the mental work and the internal work to determine that. Now, what happens to the average person is that they come to the options market. They don't really know what they want. They chase other people's trades. They try to copycat other people's trades. And then what they do is they blow a lot of accounts and then they leave. So they may blow one or two accounts. They run through some money and they say, well, you know what? The novelty of the space is gone. Let me go do something else. Because we talked about before, they're chasing novelty. They really don't know what they want. And there's millionaires have been made in this world, if not billionaires have been made in this world by servicing the people that are chasing novelty. But the people in this world that are truly effective are the people that are going after what they really want, and they're focused on discipline on what they really want, not money, cars. Nobody really wants money or a car. They want something else that they think the money or the car is going to provide to them, right? And so you got to understand that. And once you understand that, you don't get distracted by all this other stuff because it's not really what you really, really want. So I wanted to shoot this video out to you because we understand that your biggest leverage as a trader is going to always be psychological. It's not going to be technical, right? It's going to always be psychological. And you have to really understand how to master and harness your psychology to put you in the best position to be successful. And one of the ways to do that is to start doing the work at home, right? You don't have to pay anybody this, and ask yourself, what do I really want out of life? Like really, not this stuff that other people have told me I should want, not what I think people expect out of me, but what do I really want out of life? And then once you determine that, how can options trading help me get that, right? And then you'll start to kind of understand what you need to do to get to what you want. So if you know somebody that can get value out of this, I would appreciate you sharing it out. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. If you want to know more about the highest paid part-time job in the world and how options trading can help you get the life that you really want, reach out to me via Facebook. I got the automated course. I got the one-on-one course. This is David W. Williams, known as Diamond Dave, and I'll talk to you later.